So if you live in the city and you like to cook outside like I do in the summer, a lot of times there's burn bans, and a lot of times there's fussy neighbors that don't like smoke. So you have a dilemma, which I have, which is how do you burn, cook outside, cook food outside without making a lot of smoke? And the first answer is you're still allowed to grill. You're still allowed to grill with charcoal in the city, in Portland where I'm at least in the hot summer. And but I have another dilemma, which is I'm really, really cheap, and I don't like to buy charcoal, especially when I have as many trees and limbs and debris and firewood and scrap wood available. So the key is charcoal, get charcoal, but the key is then make your own charcoal, DIY charcoal. And that's what we're going to talk about, making your own charcoal and then cooking outside with it in a way that doesn't attract the firefighters, which my wife likes, but I don't like the firefighters coming to the backyard and pestering me about smoke. So we're going to make DIY charcoal and cook with it today using just the wood we have in the yard and something called the charcoal cart maker from Whitlox Forge. And I'll show you the link below. So let's take a look at this thing, the charcoal maker cart. And what you got is 2 wheels, which makes it portable, a wraparound band, which screws in, a little plate that keeps it flat on the ground, a handle to pick it up and move it, which is what makes this thing so nifty. It's so portable. And the angle, when you set the barrel in there, is going to be perfect for burning, which I'll show you in a second. Okay, so I've attached the barrel to it. I've wrapped the cord, that belt, around the barrel, so the barrel is now attached to the charcoal cart maker. And you can see it's at just the perfect angle for cooking, which I'll explain here in just a second. And it's ready to roll around the yard. Let's talk about the barrel. You want a new-ish barrel that doesn't have any holes because you don't want oxygen coming in the bottom. And you want that lid, if you can get it. That lid's going to help us out in the end. Essentially, you start a fire down low inside the barrel down here. Once that gets cooking, you are sucking cold air in the bottom, cold oxygenated air. It's coming down and sinking into the fire. The fire uses the oxygen for combustion. It rises, comes up here, and disappears out into the atmosphere. And if you do this right, and you don't put too much wood in, what comes out is barely visible because it burns so hot and so fast. And then what you're doing is you're making a fire here. Before it burns the wood down to ash, you're adding some more wood. And then that's going to start cooking and burning and create heat. This fire will deny this pile of wood that's partially burned any oxygen, because this fire is using all the oxygen. It will suck all the oxygen out, but all the heat will be down here. It's going to be hotter than Hades. That will be creating charcoal. So then you're going to add more wood. Then this stuff gets cooked, or pyrolysis takes effect, which is basically baking wood without oxygen. And you're stacking wood as you go slowly, and keeping the fire on top of wood that's already been heated. And this wood gets cooked and cooked and cooked and cooked. And then after about an hour or two of sitting outside, you take the barrel, you flip it up, you put the lid on it, you kick back, you wait about an hour, and then you have bags and bags of charcoal. So now that we're done, we've got bags and bags of this stuff, and this stuff is amazing. This stuff you can cook with it. You can use it for biochar. You can use it, hey Freddie, you can use it for biochar. You can use it for water filtration. People put it in livestock bedding. You can get big, huge vats of this stuff. You want to smell that? You can get big, huge vats of the stuff. Fill a fire ring with it and keep people warm on a cold day outside. Millions of uses. Terra Preta, look up Terra Preta. I'll put a link down in the notes down below. Anyway, and it's light, but still dense with energy. Freddie's trying to smell it, but it doesn't smell like anything, right? It's neutral. There's nothing to it. It's pure carbon. Basically, the way this thing works is it doesn't produce smoke when you make the charcoal, and then you get charcoal that doesn't make smoke when you're all done, when you're cooking, which I'll show you when we're all done, how fun this stuff is to cook with. All right, so let's go back a few months, cook up some charcoal, and then I'll show you how to cook with it. Good stuff. Now, same with this guy. There's a few little puffs of smoke with this little guy, but in just a second, that's all going to be gone. That's just the newspaper. And we're going to have a nice, hot, clean fire for secret outdoor cooking in the summer in the city. So this, plus the charcoal maker cart, equals this, which equals that, which equals a thumbs up for the charcoal maker cart.